Hi guys, welcome to our next video, and we'll be treating something very important. Okay, on our previous video we learned how to import media elements into After Effects. Okay, and most times when you begin to import media elements, it becomes too much on your timeline. Okay, it becomes too much on your project panel, and in such case you want to pre-compose. Okay, in Photoshop you call it grouping, but in After Effects it is different. It is called pre-compose. Okay, and what this actually does is that it helps you to group related files together. Okay, and after you're done grouping them, you can perform animation functions to all the files at once. Okay, and that is why pre-composing is very important. It's very important. It helps to organize your project very neatly. So without wasting much time, let us start today's lesson. This video will be standing on the foundation we had on making compositions in After Effects. If you remember, that was one of the first things we studied about, how to create a composition, because without a composition you can't have your layers. All right, like I said, a composition is that which holds all your layers together. Okay, so if you want to refresh your memory, you can go back to that video where I taught you on compositions. Okay, so when files becomes too much, it becomes very difficult to access and manage them. So what we do is that we pre-compose them. We pre-compose, and it's just like it's just like grouping. So that helps us to prevent what we call overcrowding. So you can get to understand your maybe your project panel or even your timeline. It helps you to easily know which is which. Okay, but helps you to apply a particular effect to a group of objects. Okay, when you compose maybe 2 or 3 objects together, it makes you apply the same effects to all of them at a time. Okay, so I'll show you more on that as we go into the video. So let's see some things. So just imagine I have a new layer here. I'll just put another KFC logo here, so you can already guess what we can do to reduce this. All right, so we just go here over the property like I taught you. The scale, will drag it to the left. Okay, so we have it now. So what if we want to apply the same property settings to this boat logo, and we don't want it to touch the screen? So what you do in Photoshop, you likely group these two so you can apply it to them. So what you do here is there's what we call pre-composing. Okay, so I just have to click my, please, it's very okay you name your layers. See, my layers, they are not being named. All right, it's a right practice to name your layers. Okay, it's very right practice. So I can say KFC logo. Okay, so I don't get confused. So here I can say, I think this is my Twitter logo. I can rename, just right click, then you click on rename. I can say this is my Twitter. Okay, so there's something I want to do now. I want to apply the same property setting to both of these. So what I do is I come and select both of them. If you are using Windows, you can press Control and click on both. Okay, so I click on them and I right click, then I find my pre-compose just below this camera tab. Okay, so I click on pre-compose. You see the same thing happens. It asks me to name it. So I can say 2 logos. So I click OK. So guess what happens if I put a property? Can you see what is happening? You see, if I increase it, it happens to them both because I've grouped them inside one. And I can always edit them individually if I open this composition. If I open it now, it opens, and you can notice something that happened. A new tab is opened for them because every composition you open will always have a tab here. I can see it reflects here too. So if I open this one, I won't find my mobile phone, the Twitter app mockup. You won't find it here. You only find these two because they are grouped inside. I can always go back to my major comp. It's always at the first part. All right, so when I find it, so I have all this content here, meaning I can group these two again, the background and this. I can just right click and pre-compose. Okay, So I can say phone and background. Okay, phone and background. Okay, so this is what I can do. Okay, okay, so that's it. I've grouped this, I've grouped this. So again, I can group these two. You see what is happening? I can also group these two composition, and I can also pre-compose them. So you just having folder upon folder and upon folder. I'll just name it first. So there are many things you can do. I'll just name it first comp, alright? So you should have these two. See, it's always reflecting here. So if I open these two, I'll likely find my two composition. If I open this one, I'll find the two logos. Then if I go back to this, open this one, I'll find only this one here because I grouped it. So this is what you can do with compositions. Alright? So if you apply an effect, you can apply an effect to everything at once. The same time, you can go in here and apply effect to this one, and it will not apply to this. Do you get? So it's just like grouping, putting things in folder. So as we get to go, you learn more from compositions. All right. So that's it for pre-composing in After Effects. Okay, I hope you learned a lot. I hope you're able to grasp the concept. If not, take your time. Take your time. Okay, you can rewind the video, watch again until you get the concept. The most important thing is that you get the concept. Okay, so we are done with this video and we are moving on. On our next video, we're going to be treating easing in After Effects. Okay, like I said, we just did a little animation in phase one, but now we are trying to get deeper at it. Okay, and easing is one of the things that you would want to learn if you have to go into animation, because you need to learn how to do things smoothly. Okay, I won't spill everything now. Let us meet at our next video where you get more light about it. Okay, so see you on our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye.